Hey guys, if you are heading out for an interview and you are full of anxiety कि आगे क्या होने वाला है, then this video is for you. If you are somebody who is a new second mate, new fourth engineer and a new GP rating going for an interview first time, then this video is for you. Coming up. Whenever we are waiting outside an interview room and we are going through that anxiety, the anxiety comes when we are not sure about the future, but we want to have control over the future, which I would say is very illogical because you don't know what's going to happen. But the best way to deal with this is to identify that thought and then think, is this thought helping me in any way or not? If it is not helping you, if it is not going to make you a better person in the interview, if it is not going to impress the interviewer, then it's very important to Control-Alt-Delete, remove this thought. This is something I also discussed in another video that I did. But once you remove this thought, you have to replace it with the right thought. How will you replace it with the right thought? It's only when you think about the real reason that you are coming for this interview. It's to get on a ship. It's to think about the bigger picture, never about just the interview. Then that will relieve you of the anxiety. Try it. It will make a difference. I'm traveling and vlogging, so until my next movement here during my travel. On our way to the hotel. Hey guys, sorry yesterday I could not continue. Reached the hotel and got a little busy with friends. Let's get straight to the purpose of this video on the questions that I normally ask to all the freshers and to new second mates. Of course, this is not for senior masters and not for captain's rank at all. But what does a ship owner want? What am I thinking when I'm taking an interview? First of all, you don't have any experience or you have very little experience. Second, I have no appraisals. Third, you've never worked in my company. So you're a very new person to me. And in this interview with a new person, I must assess whether you can go to the ship. Now, what will be my thinking in such a case? That you have done some courses and come. So I'm going to ask you basically starting from your courses. If you're a GP rating, you've done your STCW courses, your PSSR, your firefighting and your life-saving courses. So I always will generally start with your firefighting. What do you know about firefighting? What are the different types of fires? How will you put them off? Very important is your actions in case of an emergency. See, you've never been to a ship, but I need to put you on a ship. You're going to become a weak link to the rest of my crew. Your own safety is going to be very at question, and you will put the rest of the ship also at risk. So that is my biggest concern. Can you look after yourself? Can you make sure there's never an incident? And in case there is an incident, are you capable of handling yourself? Forget about being a part of the team. Are you capable of handling yourself? So getting back to it, fire will be one thing. What are the actions you'll take in case of a fire? Because आपको ये सब तो training दी है courses में. Many boys they come and they say, sir, बहुत सालों से मुझे नौकरी नहीं मिली, तो मैं 2 साल से तो नौकरी ढूंढ रहा हूँ. And when I ask them a question, they say, sorry sir, मैं भूल गया. भैया आपके पास कुछ नहीं है to tell me that you're capable of going to the ship. उसके बाद आप एक जवाब देते हो कि मैं भूल गया. तो as a ship owner, मैं किस बेसिस पे आपको डालूं शिप पे? And along with that, why should I?
यहाँ पे 500 लड़के घूम रहे हैं, हम आपको क्यों डालें? तो आपको मुझे एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रीजन देना है, आपका एटीट्यूड स्ट्रॉन्ग होना चाहिए. व्हाट वी रियली लुक एट ऑल्सो इज एटीट्यूड. अगर आप लोगों ने मेरा वो वीडियो नहीं देखा है ऑन इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस, interview behaviors that I have made a video on, that you need to smile, you need to be confident, you need to be presentable, आपकी ड्रेसिंग अच्छी होनी चाहिए, अपने माँ बाप का आपने ब्लेसिंग लेके आप आए हो. तो वो सब चीज़ों के बाद शिप ओनर क्या सोचता है, आपको मेरे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सोचना है. सो प्लीज कीप दैट इन माइंड until my continuing holiday video vlogging. But I'm going to release this very soon in this week, so I'm going to complete it also.
Further, the life-saving appliances can be asked to you, because these are the courses you have done in case of an abandoned ship, and in case there is a situation where the vessel needs to be abandoned, how you will save your own life, because we are most worried about you yourself also. Ship security is another major question that I always ask the boys, because security levels, what kind of security duties do you have as a person on board, because everybody has a security duty, including the steward of the ship. He also has a security responsibility and a security duty. So guys, few important tips that I would like to share further is, nobody wants anybody who's over smart. We want smart people, but we always look out for over smart boys who will go and become a pain to the captain. This is a very frank opinion I'm giving to all the youngsters. I, as a ship owner, we want to make sure that we get people who are a support to the captain and not becoming a bigger problem to the captain. And finally, I think in an interview, it's very difficult to know everything about the boy. So we always look at a 1 month appraisal. And in this 1 month appraisal, we wait for the captain's reports on how the boy is, how he's performing. And seriously, if we don't find a very good appraisal, we do consider reviewing our decision, because interview is a very small time for us to know how the person is. Coming to the officer categories, young officers, second officer, what we can always look at asking a second officer is the fact that he's going to be on a bridge, standing as a duty officer, probably the first time after being a cadet. In such a case, how confident is that person to be on the bridge? Does he know his rules well? Does he act like an officer in command of the situation? We are looking for that proactiveness, we are looking for that trustfulness, we are looking for that support to the captain. We are not taking your orals, we are not trying to find out if what is the steps that you will take in an emergency as a second officer. Of course, you should know that. But what we are looking at is that performance and that action can the boy show, because now he is entering the real world. When you are on the bridge, you may face one or two very serious emergencies. What actions you will take? And what if one emergency is followed by another emergency? Then what action will you take? And it's more about how your mind is working rather than what your answer is, because answers can be made up. So these are things we are looking for. If you're a junior fourth engineer who is looking to get on board, then we would look at watchkeeping. How will you support your chief engineer and your second engineer? What are the items that you will think about when you are taking over a watch? What are the equipments in the engine room? I just picturize myself in the engine room, and then I start asking questions accordingly. Okay, you are a new fourth engineer. What can you tell me about the main engines? What can you tell me about the auxiliary engines? I may even ask you to draw, because these are the things you probably should be knowing since you don't have any real experience. How is the purifier working? How is the hydrophore system? How is the AC plant? What do you know about the pumps? And how do the pumps operate? What are the different types of pumps? So these are the basic questions. Now again, officer categories, we are looking at smartness, we're looking at somebody saying, sorry sir, I don't know this answer, but I will find out, is a better answer than sometimes just bullshitting around in the interview, because we do see many boys doing that. So guys, don't do that. Also what happens is, after I select some boys, I go for ship visits, I go for my own inspections. That time I do have a verification of all the people who are on board. There is an unsaid appraisal that happens. That time I check the cadet record books, I go through the GP ratings records. They like to get their watchkeeping signed. Are they getting it signed monthly or a regular basis by the captain? Because all this shows interest in your work. If you say captain is not signing, it speaks less about the captain and it speaks a lot more about you. So it's very important not to be that kind of a complaining nature. Very, very important for you to look at life very, very seriously, not just an interview. So guys, with this, I think I've answered most of the questions for what questions can be asked in an interview. My next video that I'm planning to make is going to be on the appraisal systems. This is going to be more for the masters and senior officers who are required to make appraisals. And I feel appraisals is treated very, very mildly by the captains and chief engineers or the top officers. And there is a serious approach to it because it affects somebody's career. And it'll be a good video for the junior boys also, because they will know what their captain is looking for if they follow this video. So guys, I hope you found this video of value. Until my next video, Captain Amit Bhandari signing off. Bye-bye.